Intuitive Soul Alignment Coach here, and I wanted to jump on in for my Fame and Fortune and Leader live stream show. And today's topic is actually, I want to talk about, the secrets, my secrets that I found on how to really up level all of your life areas with ease and flow, and why you could actually be leaving thousands of dollars on the table if you're not taking that aligned action, and you need to start right now. And the 3 steps that I found that will help you to get into alignment in all of your life areas in order to have it all. So this is a really big topic, but I'm going to try my best to kind of break it down so that it just really penetrates in your brain of how to do this. And it's some of the things that I have been applying to myself, over the past couple of years. And I find that there are specific things that I do naturally that maybe a lot of people are not aware of. And I wanted to kind of bring that to my audience. So if you just jumped on in, say hello, and let me know that, you're listening in and where you're listening in from. Hi, Hiria. Hi, Catherine. Hi, Nathan. Hi, Christine. Christine, you're supposed to be sleeping or almost going to bed. So anyway, I am actually, just let me say a little bit about myself. I'm basically a soul alignment coach. So I basically help my clients who are usually multi 6 to 7 figure earners, who are entrepreneurs, who are already making an impact, who probably have it all, have all the leadership and everything that they want to create, but there's just parts of their life that's just not making sense. And a lot of it has to do with they need someone like me to come in and clear any of those soul level blocks that may be restricting them from actually living their potential. And living one's potential actually is bringing your whole life's, making your whole life's experience look like your purposeful work and not the other way around. Hi, Nathan. Oh, yeah, you're in Albuquerque. Cool. Hi, Hiria. Hi, Carolyn. And Hiria is from Australia. Darwin, Australia. Cool. Cannot wait to watch and listen later. Okay, yeah, totally listen later if you got to jump off, Carolyn. Okay, so this is a bit complex, but you have to really understand the energetics of this. And once you get it, you can apply it. It's really actually simple. But let me explain to you first, what are the life areas? And if any of you are listening, you could maybe type it in, the 10 life areas that I'm talking about, okay? Because you have to know this by the back of your hand. What are the life areas that you need to work on, okay? So first one is your relationships, right? That's a big one. Second one is your family, your friends, right? Your business, your finances, your personal development, spiritual development, physical health, your physical surroundings, and your rest and relaxation. So that's 10. Okay? Relationships, family, friends, business, finances, personal development, spiritual development, physical health, physical surroundings, and your rest and relaxation. Okay? If you can master these 10 life areas, your whole life will feel amazing. But most people can only maybe work on maybe half of them, or even less than that. Sometimes all of them are a mess. So when it's all a mess, that means that you really have not been living grounded in your body. Actually working on making your entire life being in alignment with your self-expression, right? The way that you express yourself, how you share your purposeful work. It's so important to up-level these 10 areas in your life, okay? And the reason you want to do that is because the reason why we don't make money, or we don't have good lasting relationships, or we, don't have good health, like all of these life areas, right? The reason why we are not experiencing that is because we're all living in our head, and we're all living in our mental body, in our spiritual body. And so what happens is your fifth dimensional aspect, your fourth dimensional aspect, right? Your spirit and your mental aspect, your mind, is so overworked that you are just like crazy thoughts and experiences in your mind and your spirit, but not in your body. And the longer you're out of your body, the more you become sick, the more you don't make money. That's a really big one, actually, because the reason you don't make money is because you're not in your body, right? When you get in your body and you're not restricted in the mindset that you have that's going on inside of you, if you're not connected that way, you start to lose money. You start to lose people that you were going to work with, or that they're interested in you, or whatever. Like, you actually repel your clients away from you. Okay, does that make sense? So your actual relationships is the hugest block normally. Relationships, money is the biggest thing, right? And your physical health is another big thing. Some people have really good health, and some people really suck at it, right? So everybody has a certain life area that is just not good. And we all know what it is, right? I'm pretty sure you know what it is, right? But I really want you to take the time to write it down, which of those life areas you really, really do need to work on. Because if you're only experiencing maybe like some of those life areas that are okay, then everything else in your life is super dramatic, right? You feel like a victim, meaning like you think and talk negatively within yourself, or you have like those symptoms of rage or frustrations, or all those like fears, or all the negative aspects of what our ego basically takes over, and we're in this like fight or flight kind of situation. Does it make sense? So if you're experiencing any of those kind of symptoms I'm talking about, it's because your life areas are all out of whack. Okay, and it's so important to actually purposefully work on those things, and nobody else knows how to work on it other than you, right? So the first thing you need to tell yourself is like, I'm responsible for my own soul's growth, and I'm responsible for my body. I'm responsible for my relationships, the people I'm around. I'm responsible for the surroundings that I have, my physical surroundings, my environment. All of those factors is your responsibility, right? There's no one out there that's going to tell you exactly how to do it. So when you start to create a schedule, a daily routine, or things like that, that actually will allow you to actually see whether you are in alignment with, all of your 10 life areas, you will start to notice that you start making more money. You start to attract more better people to you. It's like almost like a flow of vital force energy comes through your body, and then like you start to be more happy, you start to feel more fulfilled, you start to feel like you're making an impact. You start to become more known in your industry. I can go on and on with this, right? You become more expansive. So our goal in life is actually to be that divine self-expression, be connected to source, to be the embodiment of that alignment. And what I call that is actually soul alignment. Absolute complete alignment to your soul's gifts, your soul's desires, your actual life experience looks like your purpose, right? Hi, Christy. So you see what I'm saying? This is so key to why you're not making money, or why you don't feel fulfilled, or why you don't feel happy, or why things seems to be so dramatic, why so much negative people are around you, or whatever the excuse is, right? Those things are happening because you're not allowing yourself to have an experience in your physical body where all of your life areas actually are in alignment. So I've spent actually a lot of times figuring this out. And what I found is that the reason why we don't do it is because we're so afraid that we're not perfect enough, that we don't have enough, right? These kind of mindset stuff, right? I'm not worthy enough. I have to prove my worth more in order to actually have those things in my life. Usually we think of like maybe material things that is necessary before we have all of these things all lined up, right? But I can tell you that if you are already in alignment, you don't need those specific physical objects. A lot of the things that we need has a lot to do with love and connection, has to do with our ability to feel expansive and free, so the ability to have more time for ourselves, the ability to just, like be human, right? And have that time to have the deep rest that you've always wanted, right? But then our mind goes a million miles per hour, and then we don't sleep, and then we get into this spiral of totally misalignment. But the only reason why we spiral there is because we are not taking control of ourselves. We're not saying that I'm the creator of my own experience and that I am not capable of creating that, right? Hi, Lisa. Hi, Molly. Hi, Deborah. Hi, Charm. Okay, so you see how that works, right? Those parts of those 10 life areas is crucial that you're up-leveling all the time, because it actually takes a whole lifetime to really master it. We're here on earth to be the masters of ourselves, right? To actually embody with being in a limited world. This is why we came here on earth, was because we wanted to experience limitation, pure and simple. So our whole life is going to continuously be difficult and limited. So that's why we came here, because we wanted to be more clear about what is it like when you actually live and be the master of yourself, of your soul, of your trajectory of what you want to create, right? Okay, I'm going to get off my soapbox about that, because this is why I think a lot of people feel really unhappy, is because they're not looking at the different aspects of those life areas. So again, I'm going to explain to you the 10, right? Write this down. So the 10 life areas you want to work on is your relationships, your family, friends, business, finances, personal development, spiritual development, physical health, physical surroundings, and rest and relaxation. Okay, everybody got that, right? I know it probably went over your head, but whenever you got a chance, go back and listen to this, because this is really important stuff. So these 10 life areas need to be up-leveled daily. You have to think about, how can I improve my relationship with myself, with other people? How can I improve my physical health? How can I improve my environment to reflect my purpose? How can I improve my rest and relaxation? How can I improve my spiritual development? How can I improve my personal development? How can I improve my finances? Normally, we only focus on maybe one or two or three of our life areas, right? Of course, there's probably more, but these are the key things that I found that are so necessary for you to really, really pay attention to. Okay, so now you know the reason why you could be losing a lot of money and not feeling fulfilled, is because those 10 life areas need to feel complete in alignment to yourself, to your soul. Okay, so here are the steps that I found that will get you into quickly in alignment by knowing how to up-level these 10 life areas that I'm talking about, right? Okay, so number 1 is, first, actually, you need to actually get a journal. When I say get a journal, I mean not the kind where you talk about, oh, my life was like this today, and I like this and I like that. I'm telling you to use a journal for your mindset, to use it to help you to line up to your dream reality that you want to create. Because the more you write about it, the more clear you get, and the more clear you get, the more likely you take action. And people tell me all the time, oh, like I already wrote that yesterday, I don't need to write it again. And I'll tell you, every time when you rewrite and you write again and you write again, it's always a little bit different. It gets more and more like telling a story where you have so much detail about what exactly you want, and the clarity comes when you write it all out. So that's the first step, is you need to like make a list in your journal in exact detail and in the present tense. Okay, so imagine that like this thing is already here and now, the exact thing that you actually want, right? And you want to write in great detail of how you want all of your life areas, those 10 life areas, to actually really look like, in great detail, as much as you can. Keep writing it every day in great detail what that looks like. And some days you'll find like, oh, you're only focusing on one part of your life area, then just write about that, right? But as long as you keep writing more detail about it as if it's real, you will start to feel and believe that it's real and it's here now. And the more you believe in it, the more likely for you to take action, right? The more likely you will actually create it, right? So that's how you do, is you make that list of all the life areas, right? And then after you basically write it as if you're telling a story. Like if you could write a book about your life, like exactly your dream reality that you want to create, what would that look like? If somebody was telling a story about that exact lifestyle that you want to create, the exact people that you want in your life, the exact time you want for yourself to, have that rest and relaxation, to writing all that emotional qualities until you feel it. And I realized this, I think, was during lunch. I actually went to the store and I was sitting by myself, and I was writing in great detail of some of those aspects that I wanted to create for my business and for my life. And I just started crying because I felt it was so real, that my heart was so moved. That's how you should write. You should write it until it feels like you feel it in your heart, that it is actually real, that your lifestyle, all those life areas that you've been wanting to create for your life, like it's actually here and now. And I'm telling you, it's going to make a huge difference in how you express yourself and how you end up helping people, because your heart is moved. If you feel like every day you don't wake up happy, or you don't wake up completely like your heart's moved in a moment, that means you're not connected to source. Literally, that is how you know you're connected to source. If somebody tells you how blessed they are and you're very grateful and you're thankful that you help them in what they, whatever you help them with, and you feel it in your heart, that means that you're more and more connected to source. If you don't actually feel it, that means that you're not connected, because actually the cord connection to source comes from your heart chakra. So that's why actually we cry. It's because it's tears of your soul's feelings coming through with that connection to source. Okay, does it make sense? That's how you actually feel you're connected to source, is moment by moment, everything you're doing around you, you feel something moving in your heart, and you actually feel it, where you actually maybe even cry, or you feel just like a gentle tear, or a gratitude, or something like that within your heart. If you actually feel it, that means that you are in soul alignment. Okay? That's how I know, because I cry all the time. Because it's like you feel alive. It's the feeling of feeling alive and in connection to everything that is. And there's no words, there's no like thinking about it. It's actually something you actually express and you're embodying, and your heart is so moved that the only way to express that feeling is through your eyes. Because remember, your eyes is, the heart of your soul. Like that's how people know heart to heart if you're really real and authentic, is if you look in someone's eyes, right? If there's a soul in there, if there is the deep expression of what their gifts are, and you can see it in your eyes, that's how you know it's in alignment, and that's soul alignment. Lisa says, the journaling that you recommended that I do is how I manifested my healing center. Oh, wow. That is so awesome. Oh my God. Well, that's what you wanted, Lisa, right? Like that's totally, it became a reality because you started to believe it. And that's how anything starts, is just believing. So that's what mindset is about. It's just actually you write about it to it's just actually real and it's done. And you can actually even say that this is me. This is who I am. This is me. If you can actually say that, you know, without any kind of resistance inside of you, that means that you have really, really moved your mind and your soul into action. Okay, so that's the first step. Wow, I only said the first step. Right, list in your journal, right, exactly in great detail of how all of your life areas you want it to look like, as if you're telling a story about yourself, and feel into that emotional quality of what that is for you. Okay, second step is you want to pick one or two things of those life areas that you want to work on, right, for maybe for the next month, and knowing which one you're working on is very important. So like, let's say you pick your finances and maybe your relationships, maybe a specific relationship or something like that. You want to make it something a little bit more tangible, that you can work on, that will allow you to be that next level, that newest version. I call it like being the VIP version of that version of you. So like let's say I did this, which I did that with my purse, for example. I originally had this like purse that was really grungy, that, I mean, it was the old me from before. I had this like Indian bag that was brown, and it was actually perfect for me because I could put my son's like diapers or whatever in it. It was actually enough for me at the time. And it was the old version of me being in Sedona, because I loved it. I really, really loved it, and it came from my husband. So it had a lot of value to me. And then I realized that that's the old me. The old me was the spiritual healer that people knew, me in Sedona. But the new version of me was kind of like the diva version, which just means I'm a goddess energy, right? Where I embody the kind of millionaire golden diva energy, you could say. So that's why my husband actually helped me find this pink bag. And before, I can tell you, before, I would never use pink. Like, I never used pink at all. But because pink to me expressed divine love, now that I knew I'm divine love, I purposely made myself pick the color pink and pick the color of what I wanted to embody and the shape and size of it, and I picked it specifically for that version of me. So now when I use my bag, at first it was kind of weird because it's a 9 West bag, right? It's a pretty well-known brand. And I could actually care less what brand it was, but because that really embodied the person that I want to become, which is the VIP version of it, of going from this Indian like brown bag to this pink 9 West bag, it was a huge deal to me, right? So I want you to pick that one thing that you probably want to up level that version of you, and you want to start looking at those aspects that you can do daily that will allow you to believe that that is you, right? I love my loud pink purse. Yeah, see? So pink, to me, actually, I really hated it because it was like too girly. But then I realized pink is so beautiful. It has the essence of love in it. It has connection. There's so much more words to pink than you can even imagine. I'm just giving an example. Just think of something simple of which one of your life areas you really, really want to work on. for the next month until that one thing just becomes so normal that it's just a part of you. So you don't even think about it anymore. So now I don't even think about my 9 West bag. I think it's cool. It's perfect now for me because there's a lot more things that I can put in it. The other bag was a bit smaller, but I needed a little bit bigger bag for some reason. I don't know. I don't put a lot in there, but actually I still have a big bag, right? It's big enough for what I need right now. Okay, so that's the second step, is pick that 1 or 2 things of your life area that you want to work on, right? Like pick the life area you want to work on for the next month, and you pick that kind of one thing that will make it feel kind of like it's a little bit uncomfortable, like picking the thing that's a bit uncomfortable at first, and then later on that becomes your normal, right? Okay, then the third thing, once you've done that, right, the third thing is you want to pick 1 or 2 energetic qualities that you want to actually start looking and recording about your life right now, that of what you want to become. So like, let's say you want the energetic quality of more freedom in your life. Okay, so freedom to you right now would be having more time maybe, or having a better schedule that didn't feel chaotic, or I don't know, just having more time to even just go take a bath, or to, if you have kids, like have time to just sit on a toilet without your children jumping on your lap, or something of some kind of thing that you really, really value, right? And pick like 1 or 2 energetic qualities that you want to create in your life right now. And then once you've chosen that energetic quality, then the next step is actually record the daily types of things that you do every day. And then what is it that activity that you do, what does that resonate to actually? So like, let's say your routine is you go eat cereal, or you have your cup of coffee in the morning or something like that. By doing that action, what is the energetic quality of that action? What does that mean to you? So for me, eating cereal actually is very fun because it's a time when me and my son, before I start my work, that we do some fun things and that we eat cereal together. Okay, so I made something very simple into something more positive. But before, it used to be like, oh, it's just another routine. I'm just going to eat, another bowl of cereal and then have my apple juice or my orange juice. So what you actually want to do is you want to list down all those qualities of what you're doing every day, and seeing exactly as it is. Like, is it mundane? Is it resonate to the energy of manipulation maybe? Or is it resonating more freedom to you? Like, actually pick, but also know what is it that what's the misaligning energy and what it actually needs to be aligned to. Does that make sense? So you're basically choosing the energetic qualities of what it wants to resonate to. Okay. So, I wonder if I have my chart here. I just want to show you some example of some energetic qualities you can choose. Okay. So I have this whole chart here. It's probably backwards, right? Like the way you guys see it. So I have this chart here. There's these energetic qualities that, for example, that you can, like, let's say you write your whole schedule, 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. at night, maybe. What are the energetic qualities of each? Like, write down the activity that you do during that time frame, like you normally do, and then you write down what is the energetic quality of you doing that activity actually resonates to. Okay, so here are some energetic qualities, good and bad. Okay, so there's abandonment, excitement, need, respect, abundance, freedom, obedience, responsibility, aggravation, fun, obligation, satisfaction, anger, gratitude, order, scarcity, boredom, guilt, organization, self-protection, clarity, helplessness, passion, shame, comfort, impulsiveness, peace, spontaneity, confidence, inspiration, playfulness, strength, confusion, intimidation, pleasure, stress, and so on, right? So I just gave you some examples. So look into what is that energetic quality that you are doing with that specific activity. And then if it's maybe scarcity or the obligation, maybe like that kind of energy, then think about what would be the opposite of that. Like, what would be the opposite of you experiencing that, and purposely actually choose an activity that cancels out that energetic quality. Because what you'll notice is a lot of the things that we do every day, what we actually do affects how we feel at every level of our being. All 10-dimensional aspects of our soul actually gets affected by the things we do every day. So if every day you're doing things out of obligation, out of scarcity, out of trying to control things, out of boredom, out of frustration, like see how much like everything that you're doing is really like affecting your physical body, mind, and spirit, right? So when you list down all of those daily things that you're doing, you're going to see very clearly like, oh my God, I'm doing way too much obligation. Oh my God, I'm doing way too many things that are frustrating me. So then you want to think about what activities you want to replace that with. That will be more of the experiences of the opposite of that. And then what you do is you take that activity and make sure that is aligned to your bigger dream, your bigger goal of what your life areas you want to create right now. Does that make sense? So then that's how you apply it to your life areas, those 10 life areas, right? Once you know what exactly energetic quality that you are doing every day, you become way more clear on whether or not you're actually like living, like your life experience is actually looking like your real purpose, right? Because if you cannot actually write all those details down about what your lifestyle and everything is, you'll find you're just like going on like a robot. And then you don't feel alive, you don't feel inspired, and just doing whatever every day, right? Our goal is not necessarily always be about balance. Our goal is actually just to feel alive, to feel inspired, to have our heart feel moved. And if you have more of that in your life and you brought that all into your 10 life areas, there's unlimited access to source when you are living that day to day. Okay? Anybody have any questions about that? So that's those 3 steps. So I'll say it one more time. Number 1 is you want to use your journal. List exactly every day in great detail of how all of those life areas, the 10 life areas that I was talking about, how is that actually going to look like? And write it out as if it's like you're telling a story about yourself. And you want to feel into that emotional quality of what that is for you. And line up your heart and soul into it. And if you're not feeling it, that means that you're not connected to source. So this that I'm telling you right now is how you can connect to source, is by up-leveling your life areas. So then that's the second thing, is you pick 1 or 2 of those things, those qualities that you want to create for those life areas, and you want to work on it for the next month, right? Like let's say you only want to work on your finances and relationships, and you keep working on those things until it becomes like your new normal or your new VIP version of that version of you that you want to create, right? Third is take 1 or 2 of those energetic qualities and like look at that list that you made of yourself and actually list down in daily detail of what energies you're creating right now by doing those specific activities, and see what actions that you need to take that are misaligning and what it actually needs to be aligned to, right? So like I said, if you're doing too much obligation or too much boredom energy, or the opposite, the negative parts of what you want to create, then do the activities that may be the opposite of that, right? So if it's boredom, then that would be maybe more fun in your life, right? So then what is the one activity that will help you to experience fun in doing that activity, right? So like how, I made eating cereal with my son a fun activity rather than just a mundane thing that I do every day, right? Huria says makes sense. Hi, Rick. Okay, cool. Everybody got it, right? So this is how you do it with ease. It's really simple. You just have to be super clear as to what is the energy you want to create. And you can apply this to everything else, even in your business. So like, let's say, you can say like in the next 6 months, you want to feel more expansive. Then everything that you do, this is the highest aspect of what you want to create right now, right? Is line up all of your activities in all of your 10 life areas and align it up to expansion for you. Then that is the one that you focus more of, right? And then all the daily activities that you're doing that you even may be misaligning, right? The negative activities that you may be doing, the negative aspects like boredom, being stressed, have anxiety about things, feeling scarcity, like all of that, you just want to change what you're doing to be aligned up to expansion, okay? And once you feel like you've achieved that, then you do it again. You just choose another energetic quality that you want to create, and then let that all line up right into that higher aspect of what you want to create over a period of time. And what's so cool is when you do this, it happens faster. So that's a really good example, actually. Before, in the beginning of this year, that was my energetic quality that I wanted to create, which was expansion. And when I was talking to my mindset coach today, she said, well, do you feel like you've experienced complete expansion that you actually want to create? And I was like, yeah, I already did that. And I did it like in 4 to 5 months already. But then she asked me, well, so what is the next energetic quality that you want to experience and feel for the next quarter, right, until the end of the year? I was already expanding, and I didn't realize what was the next energetic quality that I want to create for the next 3 months. And in our conversation, she said, well, if you look at all the things that you've done, now that you've expanded, what's the next thing? What happens when you expand? Then the next step is embodiment. You just want to ground it. You want to be it. You want to experience it in your body. And I was like, yeah, that's what I wanted. I want embodiment right now. So, and then what it just means is I just want to integrate it into my human body. I want to actually embody my gifts, embody everything, and just allowing that to be, right? Okay, so that's what I want you to do. Is I want you to make that list, right? Look at those 10 life areas and figure out what are those activities that you need to do every day that's going to line up to the biggest energetic quality, right, that you want to experience over the next 3 months, the next 6 months. Just pick that quality and then let everything else line up to that energetic quality, okay? And everything that you're doing is the most important thing, because what you do in your third dimensional aspect affects all 10 of your dimensional levels all at once. So this is actually why a lot of spiritual people have a very hard time in up-leveling their life areas. It's because they're trying to up-level it in their mind or in their spiritual part, right? And surfing the spiritual world. But actually, their whole life areas is all suffering. They're not having good relationships. They don't have enough money. They're completely broke, right? They can be even homeless. Or it could be the opposite of that, which is people have a lot of money, a lot of fame and fortune, but like they feel very empty inside. And it's because those 10 life areas they haven't been paying attention to, and they're actually not living in their body. So the closer, how you get closer to source is actually when you embody it and when you live in your body. Because the whole goal is to be the master of our own self, right, in this human existence by being it right here and now. So sometimes meditation or just talking doesn't do it. What actually does it is doing something with your body to express what you want to create. Okay. All right. So I think that was my big spiel today. I hope that enlightened you. If you just jumped on in, totally go listen to this recording again, because I gave a lot of good nuggets that I think it's important for you to start doing in your life, because your 10 life areas is really the secret to having it all. If you can really up-level all of those 10 aspects of your soul and yourself, you'll find that everything just flows with ease. Money, fame, fortune, everything just starts to come and flow in abundantly. And yeah, because like I said, it's about having your life experience look like your actual purposeful work, right? Not the other way around. You really want your life to be the embodiment of what you're meant to be here on earth. And if your life areas that I just talked about is really not in alignment to your soul's expression, you're going to feel it. You're going to feel like you're struggling, because the truth is we just want to have deep love and connection to our body. Like as if it's like just an extension of our being, right? And when we actually become enlightened, it means that we are embodiment. We're in our body, and we have the chance to transform that into our new essence, right? Here says, great nuggets, gonna watch it again later too. Yeah. 10 areas slowly, please. Oh, okay, you want to write it down again. Okay, your 10 life areas, okay, that you want to work on is, I have it here, is your relationships, family, friends, your business, finances, personal development, spiritual development, physical health, physical surroundings, which is your environment, right? And rest and relaxation. So that's the coolest thing about this. Now you know what all 10 life areas is. I really wanted to take the time to explain this because there's more that actually you want to focus on, but I found like these 10 things are most important, right? Relationships, family, friends, business, finances, personal development, spiritual development, physical health, physical surroundings or your environment, and rest and relaxation. Hi, Chantel. So contemplate this. I know you guys are very deep about this, but like contemplate this. What life areas that you want to do for the next month that needs to get up-leveled, a new version of yourself. And I'm telling you, if you just do like one or two of those actions that are in alignment to maybe one or two of those life areas that you're working on, you will notice that the other life areas get better too. It's like almost like it's like everything up-levels together, and it's really beautiful to watch. When you have complete control over that, there's so much love and connection that comes out when you are the creator of it. So this is what I've been experimenting, and I found that if you just look at those energetic qualities and be very clear about it, this is what makes it so easy. It's really that simple. Anybody have any last questions for me? I know I talked the whole time, but it was a lot of information probably. But I love talking to you guys. It just allows me to get a better understanding of how this all works too by just sharing. And this is also why you should share daily, you know, do your own divine self-expression, bring out your original content, because then you will notice that you can apply that into your whole, you know, those life areas that I was talking about. We'll have to watch the replay. Yeah, you're gonna have to watch the replay. This was very powerful. What I was sharing. I think it was very deep. It was very deep. It's a bit more complex than this, but I would just simplified it enough so you can actually take action. So, because I want you to feel like you are in your power to create this new reality that you want, right? And the new reality that you want happens by choosing it, by working through it. No questions, got lots to work on. Yeah, thanks, Hiria. Okay, all right, so I'll see you guys all tomorrow. If not, then you're going to see me the next day. Let's see if there's anything else I got to share. Yeah, so this was one of the biggest topics that I think like people have been asking me about, so I want to share this. So if you love this, totally share it with, you know, share it on your page, because this is a very different perspective than probably what you ever would hear. But this was one of the biggest things that I found that helps my clients to move very quickly, in terms of, you know, feeling that love and connection. And of course, if you're not in my Facebook group, come join it. It's monetizing your business. I changed the name actually, monetizing your business with divine alignment, because I was like, it's more specific, right? Like you're learning how to use your business and bring that into alignment to your soul. So yeah, that was very big for me to change that, because I was just saying monetizing your divine gifts, right? But it's actually true that what you actually want to do is bring everything in your life and business into soul alignment. So, and you should actually, you know, have more than enough money for what you need in your life, right? Yeah, so you can join that. And then I'm going to start having some new webinars where I'm going to teach you even more about this. But in terms of soul alignment, manifestation, and I'm going to actually do a group challenge. So that's going to be a big thing. Probably in the mid-September, you'll see that. So just make sure that you guys get on my list for that, and so that you can know when I get started with that. Yeah, divine alignment to me here is soul alignment. It's just, you know, aligning directly to source. So that's coming up. And then of course I'm going to do my in-person spiritual retreats in Maui very soon in October, at the end of October. All right, well, you guys have an amazing night. It's actually, I think, maybe almost 5 or 6. And I have to go spend time with my family. But I love you all, and I will talk to you guys all very soon. And you have an amazing day. Aloha.